I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm sensing some rage here. No, this guy sees my Lone Fire, Titanial, and Drill Warrior? What is this?
Something she left in me remains imperfect. My heart proceeds to its banishment. The blame may hang upon.
What's up, YouTube? Chris is So Pro here, coming at you with a deck profile of something that I decided to rebuild after a few years. This is QuickDraw DandyWarrior, as close to the old style as I can get it. Now, of course, I'm still tweaking the deck. I just wanted to get some opinions from people. You know, I don't want to go to a Quasar-based deck, but I don't want to go to a Quasar-based deck. I'm also not running Shooting Star Dragon because I honestly feel it would be really, really difficult to get out, especially since, well, I don't know. I just haven't gotten enough situations playing the deck, you know, just playing around with it, to summon Shooting Quasar Dragon or Shooting Star Dragon, so I haven't felt the need to put them in. But this is what I've got from tweaking the deck so far. As you could see in the intro right before, or in the first little clip right before my channel intro video, guy named Boobman got really pissed off because he's running Fire Fist, and at the beginning of the game he says something stupid like, "If you have heavy, I'll quit." And then sets 2, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, he doesn't have Starlight Road. Then he sets a third one after I get a Drill Warrior effect off, and I bring back the Drill Warrior, and he flips up that card, and it's bottomless, and as we know from back in the day, which I'll give a brief little history about that, you can't bottomless a Drill Warrior coming back when it's removed from play by its own effect. So basically, this deck was originally a Jeff Jones invention. I think it was like Shonen Jump Championship New Jersey a few years ago. I can't remember what year exactly. But at the time that this was, you know, invented, Dandelion was at 2, Monster Reborn and Dark Hole were still banned. Solemn Warning and Scrap Dragon in the extra deck here didn't exist when it first got big. The deck ran 2 Lads and a Titanial. But, yeah, it was a really explosive deck because you'd go Quick Draw, discard your Dandelion. Dandelion would get you 2 tokens, you'd set a few cards and pass turn, or if you had it in your hand, you could Debris Dragon and go into like a Black Rose, a Stardust, one of your level 8 Dragon Synchros. Debris Dragon could also give you Raikou back from the grave, and you would bring out Iron Chain Dragon. Now, and also you have access to all your other junk junk synchros, like you had. You didn't really bring out Junk Warrior because Level Leader didn't exist yet. You know, you had Turbo Warrior, you had Drill Warrior, you had Nitro Warrior. Eventually, Junk Destroyer came along. The thing that made this deck so good and so explosive wasn't the fact that Dandelion was at 2 and Lone Fire was at 2 and all that. I mean, that really helped. But one of the biggest things that everybody liked about this deck was that there was so much room for innovation. I mean, I remember when Spore first came out, not a lot of people wanted to run Spore because they thought it was a bad card. Of course, with Titanial, I'm not sure if Dandelion had gone back to 1 at that point, but I remember Lone Fire was still at 2. My first regional I played this in, I lost on the bubble for top 8 to a Lightsworn player, a really sacky Lightsworn player. But, what do you call it? I was taking Thestalos in the side deck. I took the Night Assailant. Not a lot of people had played. I don't remember if Jeff Jones played Night Assailant in his original build, but I put the Night Assailant in because of the Raikous. But there was just so much room for innovation, and as more and more stuff came out, then you had more and more room to, you know, innovate. Tuning wasn't around and all that. But let me actually get into the deck profile. I'm playing 3 Raikous. Raikou helps you mill the stuff off that you need to bring back from the grave. Like, it helps you get your Dandelion in the grave, Double Warrior. Just stuff. This deck is very graveyard oriented, although it doesn't have to be. But the main thing that Raikou mills is stuff for you to get back with your Drill Warrior. 2 Debris Dragon, because Debris Dragon brings back Dandelion, Lone Fire, can bring back Doppel, Spore, Night Assailant, Card Trooper, Level Eater, and Effect Veiler. That's not all the stuff you'll want to bring back, but it's the stuff you can bring back in a pinch if you need to. And if you go Debris Dragon, bring back like Effect Veiler or Spore. You special summon the DandyWarrior, Debris Dragon, and DandyWarrior into Iron Chain. Get your 2 tokens. Get your Formula Synchron out with that Synchro, and you've got yourself a Stardust or a Scrap Dragon. Simple as that. 2 QuickDraw Synchrons. QuickDraw Synchron pitches your Dandelion, special summons. You can pitch anything really and special summon it, and you can either use it for Synchro or you can tribute it. Dandelion for tokens. Lone Fire to summon out Titanial or a Dandelion if you need it. Light and Darkness Dragon. I'm finding Light and Darkness Dragon to be a really good card this format. I haven't been able to summon it yet since I built the deck. I literally put this together like maybe an hour ago, and I've just been playing with it. It's so fun. Yeah, but 2 Caiuses, it's really easy to tribute stuff in this deck. So I'm playing double Caius to get around stuff. It helps you get around cards like Zenmains. If they drop a Gores before you special summon anything, or before you normal summon, you just tribute a monster and Gores. And 2 Card Trooper, because you can bring it back off of Debris. You mill 3. Whether or not you bring it off of Debris, you can mill 3, and then you could synchro up for like Black Rose or something. The original deck played 2 Black Rose Dragons, which I actually think I might go back up to, as opposed to double Drill Warrior. Because with extra deck, in my old videos, whenever I film this deck, I never filmed the extra deck for some reason, which is really odd. But I'm playing the one of Gores, because the cool thing about Gores is, and I might be cutting back on traps too, so it'd become even easier to drop. But the cool thing about Gores is after you've used it, if you really need it back, you could always Drill Warrior it back, put it in your hand, and pressure your opponent into realizing, oh, shit, he's still got a Gores. Night Assailant, because when it's another flip effect monster, it's a dark target for Blackluster, and if you discard it to summon QuickDraw, or you discard it for Drill Warrior's effect, then you get to add back a flip effect monster, which, is Raikou. Basically, you get free Drill Warrior, free QuickDraw, etc., which is really cool. And you can always add it back off of Drill Warrior, pitch it to get your Raikou, set the Raikou, pass. Spore, Plant Tuner, banish this or that. Even that if you really need it as a tribute instead of a synchro material. And it's a level 1 tuner that you could just keep bringing back off of Drill Warrior. You've got your Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron brings back Doppel. It brings back Veiler, Level Eater, Spore, and Raikou. And no, I didn't miss anything. But the cool thing about Junk Synchron is that it's Junk Synchron. That's pretty much it. I mean, it also allows you to go into the Junk Warrior, which I'm not sure if I'm going to go into that much, so that may or may not come out. And in rare occasions, it'll help you bring out Junk Destroyer. I Junk Destroyed somebody for 3 with this card earlier. It's really good. I play the one of DandyWarrior. One DandyWarrior as opposed to 2 works fine in my opinion. There's not really a lot of cards to search stuff like DandyWarrior, and it's not a very important piece. I mean, sure, I could run Reinforcement of the Army, but what? I have 2 targets for that? I'm running a Level Eater. It's easy to get to the grave. You've got a Foolish Burial for that. You can pitch it off of QuickDraw, summon it. Level Eater, it's a quick Junk Warrior if you need it. I play 1 Card D, because if you draw it first turn, then sure, you get it. But Card D later in the game is really just a huge dead draw, unless you're really begging for it. And even if you get it first turn and use it, you can still use it later because you have Drill Warrior, of course. I play the one of Effect Veiler. I'm not sure if it's something I want to go up to more of. I couldn't really find space. But Effect Veiler is just one of those cards that if I really need to, I can use it over and over again because of Drill Warrior. And BLS because it's fucking broken. I'm playing 2 tunings as opposed to 3, because there's only 3 targets in the deck, and tuning could easily turn into a really bad dead draw. Pot of Avarice, because there's a lot of graveyard control. Foolish Burial, for obvious reasons. Send Dandelion, send Spore, send Doppel, send Level Eater, send whatever you need in the grave. If you need to add something back with Drill Warrior next turn, you Foolish Burial, put that monster in the grave, and add it back to your hand with Drill Warrior. Heavy. I'm running a charge for the Raikous. It also might persuade me to put a Lila in here. Not too sure about that yet. Still thinking about all the different things I can do. Reborn, Dark Hole, and double MST. And then for traps, double Torrential, double Bottomless, Solemn, and Solemn. Sorry this video is going so long, but I've still got a bit of explaining to do for the extra deck. Scrap and Stardust, easy level 8 targets for Debris Dragon whenever you bring out Dandelion after Drill Warrioring. you can bring out one of those too. Not sure if I want to, what do you call it? Hold on a second. Not sure. I forgot what I was saying, sorry. 2 Junk Destroyers. Junk Destroyers are a really awesome card, especially with QuickDraw, because you've got a lot of level 3s in the deck. So QuickDraw could easily be your card to special QuickDraw, normal Dandelion, normal Trooper to get your mill, synchro into Junk Destroyer, pop some cards. It could also be, if you have a Raikou that stayed on the field, you flip it up, pop a card, pitch Dandelion for QuickDraw, get 2. There's a lot of pluses that could come off from playing it from the Junk Synchron. I'm also playing Chevalier de Fleur. If I'm not afraid of Bottomless, or if I'm not afraid of a... actually, I don't even have to be afraid of Bottomless, because all you have to do is QuickDraw, a level 3 monster, synchro into Chevalier. If they've got the Bottomless, you negate it. If they got the Torrential, you negate it. If they don't have that, that's great. You attack. They've got a Deep Prison, Mirror Force, negate it. It's just a really cool card. It's like a Shien, but it's only on your turn, so that's one of the downsides of it. I like to play it, so I'm playing 1. Black Rose Dragon, I might go to 2, because you Debris Dragon, especially on a Dandelion. Synchro, it's an instant Black Rose Dragon, pop the field. That guy Boob Man got really pissed off because I Black Rosed him when he had 3 back rows and 3 monsters, and he's like, no fear, Starlight Road. I'm like, well, if you remember what I said at the beginning of the video, he told me, you know, heavy and I scoop. Then he showed me his 3rd card, which was the Bottomless, so I don't know. He got really pissed off at me because he's a shitty player and doesn't realize it. But yeah, I might go back up to 2. I might go up to 2 Black Roses in place of 2 Drill Warriors. Haven't really decided that. Junk Archer, it's just that card. It's that go-to card. It's a level 7 target for QuickDraw, and level 7 target for Junk Warrior as well, or Junk Synchron as well. And gets rid of trouble cards that are on the field, like if they've got an Exceed you can't get out of the way, or something like that. Banish it, no materials. 2 Drill Warriors, it's like the heart and soul of the Synchro engine. Bring it out with QuickDraw and a level 1. It's a pretty cool card, but honestly, I would probably take out the 2nd one for Black Rose. Iron Chain, it's just a go-to target for Debris Dragon if you have to bring back a Raikou. It's an easy choice. Turbo Warrior, it's another level 6 option for, what's it called? It's another interesting target to go into instead of Drill Warrior if you need it. Like if you run into an opponent playing a Synchro engine in their deck, if they got a Synchro monster on the field, you Turbo Warrior attack, it has that Synchro monster's attack if it's level 6 or higher. And it also can't be targeted by the effects of level 6 or lower monsters. So it can't get, like with the rising popularity of Monarchs right now, it can't be targeted by Monarch effects. It can't be targeted by Raikous, Night Assailants, and it can't be targeted by just little monsters. So that's always really cool. And also, if they have a Veiler in hand, and if they have a Synchro on the field, they can't target it with Effect Veiler. So that's another really cool part. Frozen Fitzgerald, it's a really it's a semi-decent card actually. It's just really hard to bring out in normal situations. If it attacks, your opponent can't activate spell or traps until the end of the damage step. So it's like the Ancient Gear monsters. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, if they do manage to get something big enough, while you control the monsters, you can discard 1 card to special summon it again, which is a very, very awesome effect in my opinion. I mean, with the popularity of high attack monsters, Chaos Dragons, stuff like that, it just never goes away, and you can use it later for another Synchro. Librarian, because obviously it's a Synchro heavy deck. Junk Warrior, in case, you know, QuickDraw, level leader. And Formula Synchron, because there's level 1 tuners and level 1 non-tuners. And that's the deck. I'm sorry for such a long deck profile. Go ahead and let me know. Let me know if you want to see some duels with that down in the comments. And why is it $16 is a high price? That's odd. But yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, guys, and peace out.